My fellow Dominicans and all those tuned in, I bring you Christmas greetings from my family and I trust that this Christmas has found you in even better spirits than last year. We Dominicans have had our fair share of Malay over the past few years. We have had that Christmas trough some Christmases ago, and then we had Erica, and before we could even catch our collective breaths, here came Maria, that unkindest cut of all. The weather scientists have given all sorts of reasons for Maria moving from a Category 2 hurricane to a Category 5 hurricane in such a short space of time. And they quickly added, however, it could happen again soon. But it is not only weather patterns that we have to be mindful of. Those of us who experienced that earthquake shock last week were reminded that we are also in the earthquake zone. And when we remember that there are several active volcanoes on our island, then we realize that dangers are all around us. In other words, we in Dominica are vulnerable to all sorts of disasters. This is nothing new. Every life, every generation, every country will experience good times, not so good times, and bad times. And so it is with this infant whose birth we are commemorating at this time. The baby Jesus started life in a manger, and 3 days after his birth, King Herod felt threatened by Jesus' birth and ordered that all infants be killed. But even before this infant was born, mysteries swirled around him, his mother, his father, and they even had difficulty finding a place for him to be born. But good things happened too. Strangers came bearing gifts even as this little infant lay in his crib. Valuable gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. His birth was proclaimed far and wide, and that he would be king one day, which is why Herod tried to kill him. The infant grew up with the tender care from his mother and father. And then, later on, he commenced his ministry, which became tremendously acclaimed, but ended with Jesus being crowned with thorns and being crucified. I am saying all of this to point out that not even Jesus was an exception to a life of good only. Bad and good times, sad and happy times enter every life. We all go through hard times, and it is how we cope during these hard times that ultimately defines us. Dominica has undergone several rocky years, culminating in this disaster we call Maria. Christmas of 2015, post-Erica, was not a happy time for most Dominicans. Some would say that the hardship caused by Erica was so severe that it crept right into Christmas of 2016. And what can we say about Christmas 2017? Other than that, it was a date on the calendar. That it was one of those Christmases where the birth of Christ child finally was given the predominance it deserves in the absence of there being material things around. Prayers and services were conducted in most churches, but under the cover of tarpaulin. Not much Christmas cheer, but there was lots of hope around, and great faith and fervent prayers were offered that there would be better Christmases from henceforth. We shared as we learned to be a resilient and strong people, empathizing more than ever with that Christmas so very long ago. And now, here comes Christmas 2018. To most of us Dominicans, Christmas 2018 is indeed a special year for us. But while the material element is sure to creep back in, let us be sure that we keep Christ firmly in Christmas in 2018. Remembering to go to church on midnight mass and God has been good to us. We have lots to be thankful for. Let us show our gratitude to our Father for all the mercies we received this past year by keeping up with all the traditions of Christmas, such as taking care of the unfortunate and needy and offering peace on earth and goodwill to all our fellow men. Merry Christmas, everyone. May 2019 bring us true joy, happiness, togetherness, and good health. I thank you, and God bless you all.